Hey, hi, hello. We're back.
We're so back.
We are so back. Welcome back to the Dean and Drew Show.
Yeah, there's two of us here.
There's two of us.
That's Dean, and I'm Drew. So
Yeah,
now
that's
that
Drew.
now that we've got that out of the way, we have a great episode today for you guys.
I think we probably do.
Yeah.
I was talking to a coworker today at work about it's already been 4 months since I've left Wegmans, which is really just, it's kind of mind-boggling how quick time moves, but how long it feels. It's a paradoxical thing.
Yeah, I'm on that like political timing right now where a week is like a year.
Yeah, it's crazy. But even though I don't work there anymore, there are tales. There are tales that I will take with me for the rest of my life.
I just left Wegmans, as you guys know, a couple weeks ago. And yeah, same deal. I mean, I was in the dairy section. Dean was at the customer service desk. So we have plenty of tales of just people. I mean,
oh man, I was on the front lines for all of it. And I was actually just telling a couple of my staples the other day to a good friend of ours. And it reminds me about just how fortunate I am to be able to share this. Like, just it made you realize how incredible humanity is, I think.
Yeah, you see all walks of life.
Oh yeah.
The people who don't care, the people who care too much, the people who are over the top, the people who couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all walks of life. I actually started a folder. We can put some of the pictures in the podcast called Wegmans Finest. And it was just pictures of people putting stuff in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it's just
like whipped cream where the yogurt goes, or like a green onion where the kombucha goes. Like I found a sheet cake in the egg section one time.
It's kind of a play out of the Walmart book because you or the Target book, because you go through Target or Walmart and there's things everywhere.
Well, I remember I was talking to a buddy a while ago who works at Walmart, and he said that when they don't have something at Walmart, they'll deport them to Wegmans. So we sometimes get the Walmart scum in Wegmans.
The Walmart runoff.
Yeah, and that's where we get the green onions in the kombucha section.
But yeah, dude, the service desk, it was all walks of life. I remember this one comes to mind first. So there was a lady who came in. She comes to the service desk and she puts a pack of batteries on the table. And she says, "These are on sale. How come I didn't get the sale price?" I'm like, okay, I've seen this one before. I'm not a stranger to this play. So I start to kind of interview her a little bit and pick her brain and just see where this is coming from. And I finally ask her, "Where did you see this? Like, where was this on sale?" She points to the package and she says, "Here, right here." So what she was pointing to, and the reason the batteries were supposed to be 50% off, is because on the package, it said this pack of batteries was 50% more durable than competitors' batteries. The other pack of batteries that was 25% off was made out of 25% recycled materials. So
very nice.
As she walked away, I genuinely couldn't believe it, because they weren't shy about advertising the 25 and the 50, like why that's on the package. Like all you had to do was just look down and read, and that would have been it. You wouldn't have been at the service desk.
I was trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah. There was this one lady who came in and she really wanted a rutabaga, but she asked for a turnip. So she got the turnip, and then when it was handed to her, she started flipping out because she actually wanted a rutabaga. So as she's telling us that we don't know what we're talking about and we're dumb and we're stupid and we need to, learn our vegetables or whatever, we actually had a side-by-side comparison of a rutabaga versus a turnip on the computer. And we're like, yep, yep, okay, yep, sure. And she just kept rambling, and then she went home. She did come back, though. She came back to return jars. The same lady. She came back to return jars because it was dyed purple. The jars are dyed purple. And that's because Bill Gates owns a lot of farmland, and he's poisoning the food of the small people to enforce population control.
Got it.
So I gave her $7 back, and she went home.
Nice.
Yep.
I remember there was a guy, we all called him Vanilla Man because he pronounced vanilla vanilla. And he came in and he asked where the vanilla yogurt was. And I was like, "Sir, what kind of vanilla yogurt are you looking for? We have 26 different kinds of vanilla yogurt. We have gluten-free vanilla. We have regular vanilla. We have Greek vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
We have
a lot of species of vanilla
cream
yogurt.
on the top vanilla. We have pudding vanilla. We have all the vanilla you're looking for, sir. And he's like, this one. And he points to a Chobani, the one he always bought. And I was like, oh, well, no, we're actually out of that. I'm sorry. We have the Wegmans kind, though. And that was the kiss of death right there, because he looks at me and he's like, you guys are replacing all your stuff with the Wegmans stuff, and this is all a ploy to replace all the popular stuff with the Wegmans stuff, and you're just a pawn for Danny Wegman. I was like,
that's the vanilla?
but it was the vanilla kind.
Oh.
It was the tub of vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull that up, Brandon.
Wrong species of yogurt, Brandon. You got
first
boom.
one.
There it is.
That's it. So because we didn't have that, because we didn't have that thing right there, I was a pawn for Danny Wegman. And I think he must have caught it off me, because I looked at him. I'm just kind of smiling. I'm like, yeah, sure. Whatever, sir. Whatever you want to tell yourself. I think he caught that, like, maybe he went a little too far, because he puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, it's not you, honey. It's your stupid manager's fault. So I went inside to the cooler and I told my stupid manager about it. And he just started laughing at him. But similar, there was a guy in a Mart cart. And for those of you guys who don't know, a Mart cart is just what we call the scooters that you use.
Yeah, the little electric scooters.
Usually fat people on them. We can cut that. I don't care. So this guy, he's on his Mart cart. I'm walking out of the cooler onto the sales floor, and as I see this Armageddon of a man on a Mart cart, and he just comes right into the cooler. He busts in the door, and he's flailing his arms in the air, and he goes, "Where's the regular milk?" I looked at Moses, my boss, my manager at the time, and I'm like, "Regular milk, regular milk." I'm like,
what species of milk are you talking
about? Yeah, I'm like, well, sir, it kind of depends on your definition of regular. I mean, for some people, it might be 2%. For some people, regular might be skim milk. What is regular milk? He's like, the red one. So he's like friggin' yelling about it. And I looked at Moses. He looks at me, and he's just smiling. I'm like, sir, we actually don't have any. And he starts freaking out. He's yelling at us. He's pointing. He's screaming. And then he goes, I'm just going to have to go to Tops to get the milk. And at this point, Moses yells, no! And he goes down to his knees. He's like, please don't. So then he backs up all triumphantly out of the cooler. And Moses, as the door shuts, just starts friggin' laughing as hard as he can, dude. We're friggin' screaming laughing in there. And the guy can hear us as he's pulling away. We're friggin' laughing and pointing at this guy. Oh, my goodness, dude.
Oh, it kind of reminds me, the first story you told, it kind of reminds me of this guy who came to the service desk and was claiming that Brisk Iced Tea was on sale. And Brisk Iced Tea was never on sale. It never put that stuff on sale. I don't even know why either, because Brisk Iced Tea is nasty.
It is so nasty.
It's so nasty. Anybody out there who drinks Brisk Iced Tea and enjoys it,
yeah,
I'm sorry
you're
that
a freak.
I'm sorry that you never had a good drink before.
Yeah, I'm sorry that maybe you should try water or something.
You were reserved to Brisk Iced Tea.
Not even Arizona iced tea. Like if you're gonna have any store bought iced tea, just get the Arizona. Yeah. Spend the extra $1.
Or just make your own or something.
Make your own. Go to Chick-fil-A and get some iced tea.
Yeah, get some damn Chick-fil-A.
Go get some brown snow and eat it. It's probably better.
It tastes better. But anyways, he comes to the service desk and he's claiming it's on sale. I know it's not on sale, but I got to do my routine. So I go back there and I'm looking, and sure enough, it's not on sale. So I come back to the service desk and I explain it to him, and he just kind of looks at me and gives me this dead stare like this. And I'm just kind of like, how'd I do? And he leans in. He's like, "Are you calling me a liar?" I'm like, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't. I suppose. And he just grabbed his iced tea, man. He just stomped out.
I remember I was working one time in the cooler, and I heard the egg door open, and a fish was just thrown into the cooler. Some guy just threw a trout into the cooler.
It's just
I want to know what that looked like, because it's not like he just put it on the shelf. Like, the thing was airborne and landed like 10 feet into
Just
the cooler.
flopping through the air.
Nah, it was dead. It was wrapped up.
I know that.
It was wrapped up. So it wasn't like a full blown fish, but like it was a fish. I mean, the guy, I wonder what that looked like from the outside, just chucking it in there.
It had to have looked incredible.
All right, we always used to get in our shelves, people would put stickers on like the egg cartons that said like, "This contains the product of a dead animal. If you eat it, you're going to hell." Wah, 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 wah. We get like Bible cards. I remember I had this one lady give me it was a $1 million bill.
I think I got the same one.
Yeah, and it said, "Because I want and need money, I'm going to hell for it." So,
ma'am,
shout out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, I'm sorry about that.
I got the same thing. I got so many religious pamphlets given to me over my career at Wegmans.
I remember I had this lady, it was September of last year. She comes up to me with a brick of cream cheese. It's like, what, an 8-ounce brick of cream cheese? The standard. She comes up to me holding this brick of cream cheese. It's the beginning of September. She goes, "Excuse me, do you have any bricks that expire in the new year?" I'm like, "What?" She's like,
No.
"This one expires in December." I'm like, "That's 3 months, ma'am, for this little brick of cream cheese. It's 3 months."
You just slowly just nibbling on it, dude.
Yeah,
Just,
and then I think she realized how stupid she sounded. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's plenty."
you just
of time.
see her like downstairs in the fridge at 3 a.m. just like slowly nibbling at the cream cheese.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like the Mickey Mouse slice of
getting close.
bread.
It's December. I
Brandon,
have to eat it.
Can you pull up the Mickey Mouse slice of bread?
It kind of reminds me of
That's what the lady was doing to this cream cheese.
it reminds me of this guy who came into Wegmans with the you're talking about expiration. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Hey, come on. Are you really rationing it like that all the way until the new year?
That's what the lady was doing to her cream
For those of
cheese,
you who
too.
can't see, it's the scene from a Mickey Mouse cartoon.
We'll put the picture in the podcast.
Yeah, for those who can't see.
Yeah.
It's him slicing bread, and the slice is so thin that you can actually see the knife through the bread. So I just can't, like, her bagels. I'm gonna piss somebody off the way I just said that.
Yeah. Screw you, by the way.
Bagels, come and get me. They must be pretty dry. I mean, if you're looking to stretch a cream cheese out until friggin' the new year.
Is she just getting like a little spoonful of it every night and just kind of enjoying a little spoonful of cream cheese?
This guy that came to the service desk one time, speaking of expiration, he tried to return a steak from 2 years ago that he ate 2 years ago. That's the best part. He already ate it.
So was he just returning the package?
He didn't have the package. He had no receipt, no package. It was just word of mouth. He said, I spoke to this manager, and she said I can return this. When did she say this? 2 years ago. What? She probably doesn't even work here anymore.
Just go buy another steak and enjoy it.
They ended up giving him a new steak, which is just incredible.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I don't know, man. Just crazy stories. I'm glad, though. People are always scared of the angry customers and the ones that were always livid about things, but I loved it. Like, I lived for it. If I saw somebody stomping in and they looked pissed off, I was like, oh, here we go.
I want to be the first one in front of them.
I want to be in front of them. I want to know what's going on because this is going to be a fantastic story.
I remember when I started, I got this guy who came through, and long story short, he told me to do something. He wanted me to do like paper and plastic for his bags. And then like halfway, this was back when $200 actually got you like a bunch of groceries.
Yep.
So I was cashing this guy out for like 10 minutes. And like halfway through his order, he actually just wanted plastic bags, but he said paper and plastic. So he starts freaking out. And this dude's screaming, like enough to the point where like 10 registers next to me and the 10 registers to my other side stopped cashing and were looking at my register now.
And the customers that were in line were also looking.
Oh, absolutely. Like this guy's like yelling and he's pointing and he's swearing. He's flipping me off. He's telling me I'm like a piece of crap. And
nice.
I have a yellow name tag. I'm friggin' 17 years old.
Nice.
So I remember this guy comes through and I'm at this point, like if it was me now, like I actually would have gone off on this guy, probably gotten fired. But back then I was, young. I didn't really know what was going on. So the manager at the time came up to me. Remember Matt, the manager, long hair? And he came up to me and basically just said, "Suck it up and keep going." And this one, I'm like pretty rattled about it. I'm like, dude, like let me go take a walk and get a cigarette or something.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Man, that was already 5 years ago, though. Time flies.
You know what though? You know what else was 5-6 years ago? OG Fortnite.
I think that's a good segue for
Commentary.
yeah, there it is. So today's commentary is going to be a little bit different. Instead of reading a quote or instead of reading some sort of, verse from a song or whatever,
Stuff you guys don't really care about.
no, we're going to comment about something that's going on. So we're going to switch it up. It's still a comment. Still a comment.
Yeah, we're commenting about something.
Something.
And today, that is OG Fortnite.
OG
It is
Fortnite
so
is back.
And
It is back. It is great.
at least everybody watching this has played OG Fortnite or seen OG Fortnite at some point.
Yeah,
It is a staple of my adolescence.
it is. And I
Growing
think it
up.
is for a lot of people. It's not even just about a video game. It's like, it's the role it played in that part of your life.
It's where were you when that game was popular?
Yeah. What were you doing?
Who were you meeting? What were you doing? Where were you? Like, were you in school?
Yeah, there were people in your school that you never talked to that you were running squads with that night.
Yeah, like there are so
It's
many
crazy.
people in school that like I maybe talked to one time, or maybe I haven't talked to since like 5th grade. I mean, at the time we were sophomores in high school when it came out, so like 5 years later, and all of a sudden they're in my squad, and we're
Yeah.
staying up till 2 a.m. running trios. Like
Yeah.
it was so sick.
I saw a meme one time, and it said, "OG Fortnite coming out is making me realize that it wasn't even the game. It was just that part of my life being carefree, and that's what hurts the most." And I was like,
I think I sent
ow.
you something like that.
"Ow!"
And then there's the ones where like Mike Tyson's walking out.
Yeah.
And it's like me after I got pieced by a kid who was conceived when the game came out.
For those of you who haven't seen that meme, it's the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight where Mike Tyson's walking out and he just looks so old. He just looks so old. At one point he trips over something, and it just, the whole video just represents,
Yeah.
here's Mike Tyson
Hold up, Brandon.
at the age of 58 fighting Jake Paul who's like 20 something.
Look up Mike Tyson walking out Jake Paul fight.
That video perfectly represents me as a 22-year-old man getting full pieced.
Yep.
There it is. Yeah. Getting full pieced by a kid who wasn't
Yep.
even conceived when the game came out.
Yeah,
And
it's stupid.
it is stupid. It was fun when nobody was good at it, to be honest. But it's still a good time. Like Teddy, we've mentioned on the show. Teddy and I ran duos all the time back in like 2018. So it's like OG Fortnite came out. I'm texting Teddy. We're hopping on. It's a fun time. I mean, at this point, we're not trying to win, really. We're just talking about life. And if we get close, we dial in.
Yeah,
But
it's just reminiscing about the game.
It's the nostalgia of the game
yeah.
that so many people miss and crave and want. And that's why I think it said 15 minutes after the update came out, there were 1 million people on the game.
Yep.
Like, it played such a pivotal role in everybody's lives because it's like, it's not just the game, it's the memories, it's the things that were tied around that game, it's the spot you were in your life.
I'm surprised it took them this long to release it again.
Build the hype, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, especially because it came out last year and it was so popular.
Yeah, it was a big deal. But I'm happy it's back. I mean, it's a good time. It really is. Like, a lot of people are sweaty, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But, man, I freaking love it, dude. Like,
we're so back.
we're so
Been
back.
ripping it, not super often because at this point we're adults who have jobs and stuff. But
Yeah.
back then when we were just children, man, dude.
If I can find some time, or if I get a text from somebody and they say, "Hey, we're hopping on the game," that's my kryptonite. Like, I remember in health class, they would talk about drugs and all this stuff, like, oh, peer pressure with drugs and alcohol. And dude, they didn't talk about peer pressuring with food. They didn't talk about
Fortnite.
peer pressuring with video games. That's where my weaknesses are.
I think my biggest weakness is peer pressure with food.
It's
That is by
bad.
far and away my weakness.
It's bad.
It's like if you want me to go out and get wings, I'm probably gonna be there.
I'll be sitting there all day thinking about, I'm going to make chicken and rice for dinner today. Today's my day. I'm going to dial it back in. And then I get a text from somebody like, "Yo, we're ordering a pizza. Do you want?" Yep. Yeah, I do.
$6. There you go.
$6. Take it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's my day.
Well,
Tomorrow is the promise that never comes.
well, you know what? You usually put pizza on a table. You know what?
Seems like a good time for
Off the table. Get it off.
Yep.
We're so back.
We're so back.
Today's off the table.
Today's off the table. Today's cancellation. Today, the thing that should not exist any longer in our society.
We're going to go with the big two because they kind of correlate with each other. Holiday themed. People who put the reindeer accessories on their car. Yeah, Brandon, you can pull that up.
People who put the stupid reindeer antlers on their... Yes, those.
Yeah, put the third one.
Those.
Or,
Yes.
Is that first one a golf, Brandon?
People who
just
put
like
the
that.
stupid reindeer antlers and God forbid the reindeer nose on their car deserve to be canceled. There is no way you went out of your way to purchase that, attach it to your car, start your car, back it out of your driveway, and drive down a public road where people can see you.
I couldn't
That's
imagine.
hideous.
I couldn't imagine pulling up in a
That's
car
terrible.
like that. Like,
They
how do
shouldn't
people
sell
not
those.
run you off the road?
They shouldn't sell those.
I saw someone driving around like that the other day, and I almost thought, like, I can get in a minor fender bender with this person and just inconvenience them a little bit.
Like,
Just a protest.
it's not cool. You shouldn't do that. But at least, no, you know what? That is lazy. You know what else is lazy? Those stupid projector lights that people put in their front yards that just kind of twirl the dots around your house.
It's so lazy, and
It's
it
so
looks
lazy.
so bad.
It looks so tacky because it doesn't hit your entire house. Or like, yeah, those things. That looks too good, actually. Not that one. That one. Yeah.
It's so stupid. And then people get like the presents flying around their house. It's like,
Yeah, or
Good God,
if it doesn't
people.
cover your entire house, you got like the dots in the middle that are focused, and then the dots on the end that are like lines because they're just stretched out.
yeah.
Like it just
Or like
looks
the dots
so
that
bad.
the dots that converge and then just explode again. It's like at this point, guys, like
Just don't even
Clark
bother.
Griswold it. Go outside, get a ladder, staple the lights to your house.
Yeah.
It looks so much better than that.
Yeah,
It's so lazy. It's
so
so
lazy.
tacky. If
really
if
is.
you have to watch an infomercial where they say like 3 easy payments of $20 and all they do is show that for 5 minutes on the TV, and you think people are going to go, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no one's ever driven past a house and saw those lights and was like, man, those people went all out.
People are so sick.
Those people really went hard this Christmas. Not one person. Don't do that.
No, it's so tacky.
And if I drive by and I see those stupid reindeer antlers on your car, ooh, I don't know, man. Gets me fired up.
Yeah, what's cool is I remember there was a Mercedes commercial a couple of years ago where there was like an AMG GTR and it was red. And then there was like a bunch of other AMGs behind it. There was 8 of them in twos, but they were all white. So it was like Santa and the sleigh and then the reindeer behind it. That looks sick. But there was no antlers
But
involved.
that's a what, $250,000 car times 8?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's not a $15 pair of antlers off of Amazon's Choice, you know?
Yeah. I guess this is just us trying to say, get your money up, not your funny up.
Yeah, if you're gonna do Christmas, like you don't have to go all out. You don't have to be that guy in the street that, you know, looks like Clark Griswold or has the lights synced up to 97 Rock. Like, you don't gotta be that dude.
No.
But at least make your house look presentable.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Not with the stupid lights.
that's the thing about Christmas is like you drive down the street and like people got the lights on their trees and you feel like it's that time of year. Like it feels cozy. You pull up the Griswold house. Yeah. Yeah, like that is so much better than whatever your neighbors got going on with the projected lights.
For anybody who's never seen the movie, Clark Griswold is the main character of this Christmas movie, and there's a scene, well, it's actually a couple of scenes in the movie where he's decorating his house with just an abnormal amount of lights. Like just so many lights that in the movie they actually have to like support the grid
What a picture.
and reignite it because it just puts the entire city out of power.
Yeah.
It's an insane amount of lights. And you don't have to be that guy. But
No.
just
don't be
something.
lazy.
That's him plugging them in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put all the pictures in the podcast.
You guys will see them. But that's off the table. It's got to be off the table.
Mm-hmm.
As we're driving around, we're seeing these things. I just saw a pair of antlers the other day, and it made my drive home just a smidge worse, just a little bit.
It's
It
just so
didn't ruin my day,
lazy.
but I was like,
Like there's a guy in our neighborhood that has on the sidewalk that's like 7 or 8 like arches over the
Oh, yeah,
sidewalk
yeah.
that all light up and have like snowflakes on 'em. You can walk through it like a little light tunnel. That's awesome. That's like the exact opposite of the projected lights. That's what you need to do. Take advice from that guy in my neighborhood.
be cool.
Be cool.
I think that just about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Like every other time, if you've made it this far, we really appreciate you a whole lot, actually. And you took 30 minutes to listen to our voices. Thank you.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
That's a well spent 30 minutes.
It's a well spent 30 minutes. I always say it too. You can find us anywhere. TikTok,
Yeah, feel
Instagram, YouTube. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you subscribe to us on YouTube, anything you do helps us
the
out
party's on YouTube.
quite a bit. So
Party's on YouTube.
go out there and show us that you support us, I suppose.
Yeah,
But,
the quicker you guys blow us up, the quicker we can make cool merch for you guys.
yeah, we'll make cool merch.
So
So
yeah, so do that, and yeah, that's about it. We'll see you next time.
we'll see you next time.